Hey guys, Gavin here, and I wanted to show you guys off today my Sky Striker deck profile. Not only did I just get my ulti raised, but I also wanted to try this deck out a couple times. And from what I've been seeing, the deck is really good. The deck actually isn't bad into Kashtira and isn't that bad into Despia and Sword Soul. I'm gonna show you guys the deck, and I'm gonna give you guys the theory on why I think that. I think this deck is just like well poised right now to begin with. I don't think this deck is bad. I think this deck is a lot better now that Tier is gone. And yeah, it just kind of feels like 2020 Nats format. Oh, yeah, 2022 Nats format again, which I guess isn't bad. The format was kind of fun. It's just the floods make this format feel very, very not fun at times. So right now, we have triple Ray and one gold rose because it's funny. So basically, you play these. You kind of have to play Rose so that you can do the linkage shenanigans. And Ray, what do I have to say? Like, Ray is insane. This card by itself can like bait out so much. A lot of people aren't prepared for Sky Striker. Sky Striker can just do so much. The amount of people who I just kept bringing this card back against are like, wow, this card's annoying. I'm like, yeah, it is really annoying actually. So yeah, not much to say about that. This is like, I think, the only monster lineup we should really go with. And then speaking of the monster lineup, I'm just going to show you triple Nib, triple Ash, triple Infip. This is the hand trap ratio. I don't think this is this bad. Nibiru is nuts right now. Just being able to play this against Sword Soul and Kashtira is very good. Being able to play Ash Blossom against Kashtira and Despia is very good. And Infip is just Infip. This card's insane. We're not on Effect Veiler. You don't need it right now. I'm not playing the access code line. If that's blasphemous, that's blasphemous. I just don't think it's needed. I just think this shit's very good. Nib, the amount of people who I nibbed are like, oh, you had it? I'm like, yeah, everyone's playing this now. What are you talking about? And I play generic links. I'm able to get this off. There's a lot of answers in the deck to get rid of your nib. So if you just summon it, you're never truly going to lose if you play properly. If you play around your own nib, which sounds weird, right? But like nib is such a win con against so many decks. If you just play around it, you're fine. Then for the Sky Striker spells, triple Widow Anchor, triple Linkage, double Cannon, Hornet Drones, 0, Burners, Multi-Roll, Engage. So, I know that's a lot. Widow Anchor is just negate and take. This card's insane. If you're ending on this, like, you're probably winning the game. Like, you usually want to have one on the field, one in hand. That's what I usually like to do. You don't always win a game when you activate it, but oh my god, there's just so much advantage from like taking your opponent's cards. It's nuts. Linkage, it's just more raise. Like, this is insane. Sometimes I resolve this card and it feels like cheating. And the amount of OTKs with it is just nuts. Shark Cannon. Just being able to get cards out of my opponent's graveyard against Despia. This is really good. Again, Hornet Drones, more Ray. You only need one because it's limited. One multi-roll because it's limited. One Engage because it's limited. One Afterburners is just a searchable removal. And one Area 0, you don't want to play multiples of it. You don't want to clog. That, like, these are your play arounds for a nib. You just, like, search one. Not bad, not bad. Also, being able to Widow Anchor take and then multi-roll send and just being able to, like, continuously do that loop is so good. That's all the Sky Striker spells. Then we move on to Pot of Prosperity. Being able to basically search throughout your entire deck is very, very nice. I really, really like this card. Yeah, the extra deck is, you're not going through all your overlinks all the time. This card is just insane. And then for other generic spells, Rhoda, Call by the Grave. This card's mid. I wish I probably would have played like another hand trap over this and Upstart. That's just me. Maybe make these two triple tack talents, because these are like the cards that like performed the worst today. Having a triple tack talents or possibly Thrust would have probably been very good. I'm not playing Thrust, even though the Prosperities make it seem that way. I am not balling enough for Thrust right now, but that's okay. You don't need it. This deck performs pretty well without it. Even though playing these, it doesn't really look like it, because Change of Heart and Mind Control, if you play triple Thrust with these, it's just fucking crazy. It just makes Kashtira like free. You're playing Power Spell with that deck, like come on. You can search engage. You can search this. You can search that. You can search a Rhoda. You can search a Call by the Grave. You can, oh, no, never mind. That's not a thing you can do. Do not do that. You can search a Pot of Prosperity. You can search triple track talents. Like, come on. Might have made the ratios for this deck a little easier too if I played Thrust. But that's a card that you can think about including. Now, these are the cards that when I resolved them, usually won me the game. These were some of the best cards in the deck, like by far none. Triple evenly matched, and something that seems very counterintuitive because I'm playing a going second deck, triple D barrier. Now, before when I was playing this deck, I was playing, over the evenly matched in the mains, I was playing TC Boo. But the issue with maining TC Boo is TC Boo isn't very good against Despia. Despia can play around TC Boo very well. So I wanted a card where if I go second, it's just a blowout, right? Like if I lose die roll, which I lost a lot of die rolls. It was very, very good that I was losing die rolls because maining evenly matched was insane. Another thing was D barrier. D barrier, the reason why you play it is because I'm thinking back to 2022 Nats, and even before then, when YCS Hartford. Sky Striker was in the finals twice. Why was Sky Striker in the finals twice? Well, because D barrier is insane. You can main D barrier in this deck. And if they know I'm on Sky Striker, they're going to want to force me to go first. Sick. You D barrier them. You can basically search for it with Prosperity, or you can dig for it with Engage. Like, that's really it. Like, this deck just digs. You're probably seeing this at some point if you're able to just do your game the way you want it to. Yeah, that's really it. This deck's kind of crazy. I was not feeling playing the D barrier in main at first because of how often I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, like I don't want to make blind first. That's awful. Like if I don't see Ray, it's bad. But no, it's insane. This is insane. The D barrier was worth it. The D barrier is crazy. Next, I'm going to go to the extra deck. Clean 40 in main. Triple Kagari. Triple Hayate. Triple Shizuku. One Kaina. Double Zeke. These are your Sky Strikers. The ratios are a little weird, and I can explain why. One, linkage. Because you're playing linkage, you're locked into Sky Strikers after you activate it, right? So you want to play more Sky Striker links. And if you a Widow Linker take, you need something generic enough that you can go into. So double Zeke is usually good. I usually banish one off Prosperity. You don't always need it. Same thing with the third Hayate. It's not always needed, but you know, with the card being in there, linkage. I'm so sorry. With linkage in there, it's so weird because I feel like I'm going through my Sky Striker aces so much more than I used to. Maybe I'm playing the deck wrong. I don't know, but it definitely came up. It definitely has been coming up. But you know, like I'm not gonna like dwell on that. That's just a tech play thing I probably have to work on. But Kagari is insane. Hayate is insane. Shizuku's insane. Like all of these cards are just nuts. Like the amount of times that someone has like outed my Shizuku, like people just forget how to play against this deck. So just like out Ray or out Shiz. I'm like, okay, special summon Ray from grave. Tag out into another Shizuku. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, the deck does that. They're like, you can do that? Mm-hmm. And then for rest of the extra deck. Now this this is gonna take some understanding. Phoenix is just generic back row hate and can help out anti-spell, which is everywhere. Zeus, honestly, Mud Dragon can just be second Zeus. I was thinking about that all day, but there was theory behind Mud Dragon, and this card is just like, I'm siding Super Poly. Super Poly is just insane right now. I'm liking Super Poly in this deck because what you can do is you can Super Poly into Mud Dragon, and then you can linkage, get rid of it. Not bad. No, really, really not bad. But yeah, it all depends on like which one I probably want to go to. In the future, probably this. This didn't really come up much. A lot of my side actually just did not come up much. But it's because I was playing into weird matchups all day. I played against a lot of just rando jank rogue that I usually do not play up against. I was expecting a lot more Despia. The room was very full of Despia, but even though I was doing well all day, I was just dodging all the Despia players. Insane, right? But for the side deck, this is where the deck gets insane and what I kind of like about it. I played this deck specifically. I built this so I can play Inscription. I wanted to main Inscription, but this card feels very weird because you want to play it like Blinding first. So take from that as you will. Basically, there's like 3 effects. You also have to activate it at the start of your main phase 1. So first effect, neither player can activate cards or effects from the graveyard. 2, neither player can banish cards from the graveyard. Or 3, neither player can special summon monsters from the graveyard. So you usually want to hit them with the activate, because if you hit them with that, Despia cannot have a follow-up, which is insane. Also, neither player can banish cards from their graveyard. Like, come on. Like, I did that against a Dino player at one point a couple weeks ago, and they're like, huh? Like, this card will be good at some point. Right now, it feels like a very, like, awkward time, but this card will have its time to shine. I like this a lot. 2 Dark Road no more. This could actually be something else. This never really came in either. I just needed a Dragoon out. So what you do is you just Dark Road no more, and then you Afterburners it. Like, I just needed something for it. Shout out to everyone who made Dragoon popular, and I started playing this deck. Another Dragoon out is Super Polymerization. This is why we play it. You need an out Dragoon. You need to just play around some boards. It's not bad. Like, low-key not bad. I played against Despia, and it doesn't really come up, but it could. If I could read that they were on Dragoon, if I saw a Dragoon, this was coming in. Triple Cosmic and Harpy's Feather Duster. Back row hate. Cosmic Cyclone's just goated. It's an extra spell engrave. Harpy's Feather Duster, again goated. It's another spell engrave. Like, come on. Here's Harpy's Feather Duster. TC Boo. You can play around it. You can always out your floodgates. Your opponents try to out your floodgates. You can just do it whenever. So, yeah, TC Boo, you can play under it. It's really, really, really good. Not so good in Despia, but it's pretty good in the cash, and it's pretty good against everything else that is not just Despia. Yeah, against Sword Soul, you stick this up, you're like, fuck. You stick this up against Labyrinth, sometimes they just have to, like, plow through your Floodgate, which is crazy. Floodgate deck hates Floodgate. Who would have thought? But yeah, this is the list. I'm very glad with how it's been playing. I wish I could have, like, you know, real results with Striker, but the issue is that, like, my real losses today were to a I got FTK'd. I just didn't see the hand traps, and I got killed by Labyrinth with an Eradicator and a Skill Drain. You know, when you turn off your spells and your monster effects, the spell monster effect deck just no longer works. But you know what? It is what it is. I'll be a little sad, but I'm always going to be calling Ray my bae, even though I hope that she would reciprocate feelings. But you know what? She's a piece of cardboard, and she can no longer reciprocate feelings. And it makes me a little sad. But you know what? Doesn't matter. I'm here for Ray. Ray is hypothetically my bae. But yeah, no, thanks for watching Deck Profile. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this, I'm going to be uploading more videos soon. I got some deck profiles from the case event, and I'll show them off to you guys. So yeah, if there's any specific decks you want to see, don't forget to let me know. All right, peace out.